but there was like a sports and just life psychology, but sports psychology component that you needed to master to take it to whatever the next level was?
Yeah. Well, first off, that's another great question, but I got to go back to truck up even further. I grew up in a small town, Greenville, Ohio. I picked up a racket at age 12. My father passed away when I was 10. I picked up a racket at age 12. This is crazy stuff. At 18, I was the number one player in Ohio Valley with no lessons. Okay. Very good in basketball, great athlete. Okay. Very mentally strong, great competitor. So I've won on other qualities other than maybe optimal technique, whatever that is. I was just like a baller and a gamer. So that's always been the cornerstone of how I was put together. I wanted the ball at the last second of the game. I always won on other qualities. I mean, I had some of the other things too, but that's the way I kind of was wired. And then later on in my career, early 80s, I teamed up with Dr. Jim Lair, who was the first of the Mohicans in sports psychology, all about mental toughness. It was more for the corporate structure. And I'm saying, wow, the way this guy presented it, I was kind of already like that, So then when I really got into the teaching part, that's been the staple, because I'm more a life coach as much as a tennis coach. People might look at me with biomechanics or a motivator and all that. But no, that's like a huge part the way I'm put together. So I can look at it very differently. And I think when you're a coach and you understand every aspect and you're not pigeonholed and you realize the game is a game of inches from ear to ear, and I know that. And, I get people to believe, and I get people to have confidence even before they think of believing or even before they have confidence. I've done this for so long. So at the end of the day, it's a game changer. And that's why I've had so many young kids become good kind of pretty quick. And I knew this was where this was going at an early age with a lot of these kids. But I try to get them to look at things to a different lens, how to flip it in their mind. Remember to forget, I do this very differently than even a sports psychologist. And it's just one of the things on the cafeteria when people work with myself.
I love that. So obviously from like a super young age, you understood how important this was. And this must be what really differentiates people that are just good from great. I mean, there's so much to it, but I think the mindset probably unlocks a whole other level of performance. I mean, then, you go into a lot of the actual mechanics as to why. But even if you look at the beginning, of your coaching journey, you were, you've coached tons of stars, but Venus and Serena, they were incredible, absolutely incredible. When you first started working with them, did you find that somebody who operates at that level had a little bit of the mindset already, or is that still something that you had to teach them and that they really lacked? They had the technical prowess, they had all the skill set, but was the mindset the thing that you sort of imbued into them that was sort of like the secret sauce? Does that make sense?
Absolutely. No, the Compton Comets, they were like my own daughters, as you probably saw in the movie, King Richard. Richard's like still one of my best friends, So, but I got to back up a little bit. I had Capriati before them, and she's the best junior player ever to hold a racket in the history of the United States. Think about this, 12 years old, wins the National Girls 18s